Oh, wait. Better. Welcome back to Murders Gaming. And in today's video, we are going to talk about the Merge Tactics 2025 reset. Reset. The Merge Tactics is coming out with a season 2, and we have got information that now each month there will be a different season, just the way that it is in the normal arena. And whenever new Evo or something new seasonal is being released, Merge Tactics is honestly one of the best modes, and we really enjoy playing it. So, taking consideration of all the other players that love playing Merge Tactics, this seasonal thing that's going to happen after October 2025 is fantastic, because many players are here that are interested in merge tactics more than the normal arena or the seasonal arenas, because many of us are not in ultimate champion or have crossed 15,000 10,000 trophy gate. All right, so talking about the merge tactics update, we're going to read this blog. It's quite lengthy, and when I opened it, I honestly felt like, okay, this needs to be thoroughly read. So let's read this and let's enjoy what is up in the community of Clash Royale. Okay, so starting with the Merge Tactics update October 2025, get ready for the new Merge Tactics seasons with rulers from across the kingdom, skins that make you stand out, and more of your favorite characters joining the troop pool. You want to get yourself to Diamond League in no time. Honestly, when you start playing Merge Tactics, it feels so fantastic. I climbed up the leagues very fast and it was fantastic. I enjoyed it quite a lot. So for the seasonal reset, Merge Tactics is now a seasonal game mode, resetting your star steel, a road progress with each monthly update. New Merge Tactics seasons will kick off the week before a new Clash Royale season begins, bring it with new rewards and new content like rulers, modifiers, skins, and more. So I think we're gonna have more rulers as time come, but obviously we will not be having Spirit Empress after this first season. Spirit Empress will be coming back later on, as they have said here also. You will also receive a Merge Tactics badge to show off the highest league you've reached and display your dedication to Merge Madness. The next season starts on September 29th. That's quite close. I think it's tomorrow for us in India. These new arrivals are taking over the arena in October and November, but don't worry, all rulers and skin unlocked during previous season will remain in your collective forevermore. So obviously you can use the Spirit Empress if you have it unlocked to whatever level you have it. The Goblin Queen. Obviously, I expected her, and she's coming with a green or green. Defeating an enemy troop grants you a 40% chance of spawning a goblin. The Goblin Queen is back. She enjoyed her trip last year so much that she crossed the Emerald Sea to join the rulers in the Merge Tactics arena. The Goblin Queen is coming for the October season, and the name of her ability is the Greener Grin. Wow, that's weird. A 40% chance of spawning a goblin. I would rather have the goblin ability. Why would I want her? If you want to use goblins with the Goblin Queen, then obviously Goblin Queen will be the best. But if you don't want to use the goblin with the Goblin Queen, then I don't think it is of any use to you. The Elixir Loong. November. Endless Spring. Gain +1 elixir per turn and +1 team size. Dude, that Endless Spring, that kind of a thing, I think it's very shocking. Because guess what? If you are using any other ruler, you'll only get 6 as a team size. And when you use this Elixir Dragon ruler, you will get 7 per team size. And in the team size plus modifier, you can get 8 different. Oh my gosh, that's just too much, don't you think so? You gain +1 elixir per turn. So that's 5 elixir per turn. Even if you win or you lose, you get 4. So it's 5 now with this ruler. And +1 team size. So he has finally emerged from the eternal slumber to battle it out in the arena, but not till November. He needs time to stretch. I don't think that they will have the same thing about the Endless Spring when he actually comes in November, because having this ruler will overthrow everything else. The same way it happened when the Dagger Duchess was released. Like every single tower was overthrown by how strong the Dagger Duchess was. The princess was not even used that much at that time. New skins. So obviously they're gonna have premium skins. The Clash Royale economy is just too high. Anyway, new troops and traits. 7 new troops have entered the Merge Tactics arena alongside 3 new traits. First, let's meet the rookies. There are new troops. There are 2 elixir, 2 new troops. The wizard, he's a fire and a mage holder. And the skeleton dragons that are undead and ranger. They split to create a skeleton dragon after every few attacks. They split to create a new skeleton dragon? I didn't understand that. Maybe I need to see. Will it be like one dragon comes out and then that skeleton dragon works for 1 or 2 seconds and then it splits into 2 dragons and then the 2 into 4 dragons? Something like that. A 3 elixir troop as the electro giant. He's an electric and an avenger. An avenger. Okay, summons an electric field around him, dealing damage and stunning nearby enemies every second. So that's what the electro giant does even in the normal arena. The musketeer. She is a noble and a blaster. A tanky gunner who pushes 3 enemies back every few hits. 3 enemies back? She pushes them? Okay, that's weird. I didn't know that the place of any troop mattered so much. There are 2 new 4 elixir, 3 new 4 elixir troops. The baby dragon, it's a fire and a blaster. He blurbs big fireballs that deal damage. That's like a normal baby dragon. And the electro wizard with electric and mage, which shoots lightning with his hands and stunning multiple enemies every few seconds. Yeah, something like that happens with the Mega Knight jump and the rocket machine, goblin machine. The goblin machine rocket hits. The witch, which is undead and an avenger. There are going to be many more avenger this season. Last season, the season 1, we had only 3 avengers and it was ability that happened only once with all the 3 members present with you. But the avenger is actually a very great ability. It still is active. The new traits. The throwers have been reworked into blasters. Honestly, the word thrower itself just didn't come into my mind that fast. Like thrower, it's an ability, a thrower. It could have been much more different than just a thrower. So throwers have been renamed to blasters and 3 new traits have been added. Now they can be activated in a group of 2, 4 or even 6. 6? That's quite a lot. 6? Okay. Blasters gain +1 range and extra damage based on distance. So obviously blasters are going to have new troops. The bomber is going this season. So the bomber is going to be no longer available on the cards. Sad. So now it is actually on 2 levels. One with 2 troops and the second with 4 troops. But it had way more damage percentage when it only had 3 troops, like the executioner, the goblin, spear goblin, and the bomber. I think it had like 30% plus damage per hex. 13 something. I don't know. I forgot. That's bad. Anyway, electric. After 10 seconds, lightning strikes all enemies once and stun troops 3x. So it stuns 3 troops or it stuns troop 3 times. 2 troops. Each strike deals 15% max HP damage. Dude, that's too strong. And I think electric, if you're talking about electric, we got 2 new electric cards and there is no other electric, right? There are only 2 electric cards. One is the electro wizard and the electro giant. Okay, maybe. But 10 seconds. Okay, that's also long enough. If you're using both of them, a 10-second long fight can only happen when it is maybe your team size is near to 4 or 5 members. If it is near to that, then maybe it can go for 10 seconds. But if you're using the rangers, again, it will be very fast to finish off the army. Then we have the fire ability. It's a new ability which you gain stackable bonus damage upon enemy's defeat. You can gain stackable bonus damage upon enemy's defeat. Okay, so like maybe you defeat an enemy and then your troops gain a bonus damage hit points. Like your troop can damage the opponent's troop more with 40%. Fire ability. Okay. A mage. Combat starts, strongest enemy troop is turned into a harmless rabbit for some time. And there are only 2 troops with the mage ability, and both of them, if you have both of them, this ability will be active and the troop will be turned to the rabbit for 8 seconds. Wait, I'm not sure. What if our troops turn that troop into a rabbit and the rabbit gets killed? Or does the rabbit does cannot be killed? While it's a rabbit, the troop cannot be killed or something. I don't know. If they have something like that, I think that would be very much useful. Guess what? Your strongest player is actually becoming a rabbit, and then the rabbit gets killed. So the strongest player is out the game. That would be very much useless. So I don't think that will be useful if it's against you. That is. So that's the reason why the rabbit should not be a hittable troop. The wizard is a mage, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, the electro wizard is a mage. Guess what? What if you actually have the electro giant, the electro wizard, the wizard, and in frontline troops you have Mega Knight or the P.E.K.K.A. Okay, P.E.K.K.A. is also changing to Avenger. I mean that's coming down there, right? Ability bars. Never fear. The ability bar is here. The ability bar will fill up as each troop's special ability gains momentum. The following troops have ability bars below their health bar. Okay, so now they won't have hit counts, right? So the bandit actually used to dash. When it was 1 star, it hit a troop 3 times and then it would dash. That would no longer be possible here, right? So it's an ability gain. The following troops have ability bars: the bandit, the goblin machine, the Mega Knight, the royal ghost. The royal ghost needed this. The royal ghost was a killer card. Guess what? You have 3 troops in your area and the opponent only has a 3-star royal ghost. Oh my god, killing that thing is the hardest thing out there. The musketeer, the electro giant, electro wizard, skeleton dragon, and the witch. I mean, anything that has an ability bar now. Just like the champions, they had this HP thing, right? No, but the golden knight did have a, yeah, no, they had this ability stuck to one of the things that they used to do. Like for the skeleton king, it bashes onto the troops again and again till he actually makes it into a skeleton. And for the archer queen, it is if her HP goes below 50%, then she would go invisible and hit. And then for the golden knight, the champion, it would be if he kills one of the troops, then he dashes to the other troop. That's that. Changes so long. Bomber has a few personal matters to tend for now, but you never know, he might come back someday. I don't know, Bomber was not a broken card. The royal ghost was, but still the bomber is going. So I don't know, maybe they are not sure where to keep the bomber with the new traits or something, as the throwers have been turned into blasters. Assassin, Avenger, and Ranger traits can now be activated with 2 or 4 in battle. I hope that the Ranger trait actually gets a glow down. Like it needs to go a little bit down with it, because it's just too fast. If you don't have assassin, you're dead at some point. Okay, so we're having a new assassin. Are we getting 4 assassins now? There are only 3 assassins up until now, right? We're getting a 4th assassin. The executioner, he is going to the blaster. Obviously the name has changed. The spear goblin is a blaster now. The bandit is a assassin. Okay, the bandit is an assassin. I hope that she doesn't overpower games that much. The Valkyrie turned into a juggernaut. That thing just doesn't suit Valkyrie. Valkyrie really suited with that pink badge on her. But anyway, that's just luck. Valkyrie is a juggernaut. So we now also have a clan juggernaut. That will be the Valkyrie. And the P.E.K.K.A. has become an Avenger. Now that the P.E.K.K.A. is an Avenger and a bandit is an assassin, the aces can no longer pair with the juggernaut and the brawler ability that easily, right? Anyway, at least the aces can now collaborate much better with the goblins. Trait change: clans can no longer heal their teammates with 4 active troops. Okay, so who's gonna use clan now? Heals 60% max HP and gains plus 60% hit speed. Okay, people will use this. I'm pretty much sure that this ability now will be more used for Ranger rather than Avenger. The Avengers were used very frequently with the clan ability, but now that the Avenger has been completely changed into, also the troops have changed for the Avenger, I'm pretty much sure that this clan thing will be used much better with the Ranger ability. Noble, the frontline nobles, not any troops, take less damage, while backline nobles, not any troops, gain bonus damage. So now it will be only trait related. I don't think that they are keeping it based on the whole team. They will, if they have traits, they will get benefit. If they don't have traits, they won't get the benefit. New activation stats for 6 troops in certain modifiers. So now we can have 6 nobles. Okay, yeah, we got the musketeer. What other noble? Anyway, undead. New activation stats for 6 troops in certain modifier. New activation stats for 6 troops. Okay, so undead got another layer added. That's a 6 troop layer. Curses 4 enemies, max HP cut by 75%. 75%? Wow, that's huge. We have to check if we have all the undead, what other abilities do we even get, what other tactics do we activate with all the undeads. The ace, all aces gain plus 20% hit speed at combat start. Your strongest ace becomes the captain instead of the strongest troop with the highest merge level. So now again, this is going to be all about the ability. If your troop holds the ace ability and it is the highest star, then it's useful. But what if any other troop that doesn't have the ace ability is at the highest star level? Now we have four. When we have four aces, the captain gains plus 60 bonus damage and plus 50 HP of damage dealt. Pretty good. Brawlers gain more HP bonus and no longer heal teammates at 4 active troops. The teammate thing has been completely dead at this point. At 4 troops, it's 100% max bonus HP for the brawlers. It's 4 brawlers. That's a whole different level because you need ace, a noble. Then the brawler was a clan brawler, the barbarian, and the final brawler is the undead brawler, which will be the skeleton giant. The ranger buffs are now activated at 2 and 4 instead of 3. At 2 you get 10%. 10% extra, 10% faster. Okay, I can see people using rangers and assassins like crazy at this point. The juggernauts and allies behind now only have a shield but are also immune to control effects when shielded. Okay, so the juggernaut does help the allies that are behind them. That's the only trait that helps the allies now. Control effects. What kind of control effects does that have? I mean, what? Control effects is a kind of thing. It doesn't get stunned. Maybe something like that. The assassins buff are now activated at 2 and 4 troops instead of 3. That's a good choice. If you have only 2 troops going behind and your whole 5 people line up right here, it's going to be great. 4 people. Oh gosh. Avenger buffs are now activated at 2 and 4 troops instead of 3. Okay, new modifiers. Each new league you reach now adds 2 new modifiers instead of 3 to the pool, and 2 new modifiers every season. 2 new modifiers instead of 3 to the pool. Okay, so it's easier for them to start, right? The big bucks and legacy was also on the last season. The bronze 3 will come with elixir festival. You gain plus 2 elixir per round. That will be so much great with the king. Silver 1, we get endurance training. All troops gain plus 40% HP. That's simple, that's okay. Last stand, the last troop standing gains 200% damage. And at gold 1 we have 2 whole new concepts coming up. That's chaos. When troops merge, they become a random troop of plus 1 elixir once per round. Okay, once per round. After you finish each round, you win or you lose, and then it happens. When troops merge, they become a random troop. What? Wait, but if a troop merges, if I want to merge a troop for a reason, if I'm merging 2 pekkas, why would I want it to become a random troop of plus 1 elixir? I wouldn't want that. Okay, that's weird. Certainly. Master Arena. Troops gain plus 100% HP and plus 50% damage if they stay on the same tile from round to round. If we don't change the placement, if we decide the placement as soon as the troop is landed and we don't change it, then we get 100% extra HP and a 50% extra damage. 50. That's good. That's a technical one. At gold 3 we get another new modifier, which will be the ultimate origin. Start with a dummy with undead and noble traits. I mean, even the trade dummy that's unlocked at gold 2 is better, you know? An undead and noble. Then people would be fighting over the undeads and nobles. The diamond. The diamond comes with two new modifiers: scorching. Benched troop gains 100% damage and 50% extra HP next round. Hey, that's great. Then people would be choosing only 2 elixir troops, so that it's faster for them to gain those benefits. Monster drink. Combat start, lowest HP troop gets bigger and gains. Combat start, the lowest HP troop gains 200% HP and 100% damage. Okay, that's weird, but let's see. New modifiers coming in November. The Swift tile. A tile specially appears on the board, giving its troop 100% bonus HP speed. One punch. Every troop's first attack in each round deals 300 plus damage. First attack. Whoa. Mystery shop. Shop's rightmost troop will always cost 3 elixir but be a mystery until bought. That's great. This one, very nice. Devil Snap. Troop in the rightmost bench slot will be auto sold for 2x elixir and removed from the game once per game. And removed from the game? It only happens once in the game? Okay, that's weird. Yeah, maybe you can get the maximum of what, 7 or 14? Anyway, changes and improvements. When spectating, enemy troops will stay on the top side of the screen as if you are about to battle them. So you get the exact enemy troop position instead of a mirrored version. That's true, it was very much confusing. Troops in the shop are now in random order and no longer rank from lowest to highest elixir. Okay. Benched troops won't be auto-deployed if your team size is below the max troops at combat start. That was needed. You can now see how many benched troops your opponent has. So an empty bench means it's really empty. True, we needed to see the benched troops because someone was holding a gun against us. UX UI polishes as per player panel on the top of the battle screen, troops selling, elixir hints, and battle end results. More detailed polishes for battle phase transitions, such as noticeable countdown timer for 5 seconds at the deploy phase and frenzy time visual hint. Battle and UI becomes toggleable and many icons are clickable to see more details. More ruler animations on coming UIs. Oh, that means that when you take that premium ruler skin, that will give you an extra UI. Money, money, money. Elixir collector from the modifier can also be sold by tapping the sell button on its detail page. Oh, so much true. I was going crazy clicking on that elixir collector, you know, just 2 days ago. Now the season 1 is coming to an end and it's going to be tomorrow. Oh my gosh. It's going to be tomorrow for us in India. This thing, I got the elixir collector modifier again and I was looking at it like it still doesn't sell. And when I finally picked that elixir collector up, I finally saw a bench right below where you sell troops and the cards. The card slot changed and it was written drag here to sell. I was crazy. I was clicking on to that elixir collector to see that detail page and it was just written that this collects elixir, two elixirs every single round and you can sell it if you want extra elixir. I used to have that thing on my bench for as many rounds as possible. I once saved 20 elixir because I wasn't losing, then the opponent was losing and I was losing, and one point it was a crazy match and I had 20 elixir in that elixir collector and I just didn't know how to sell that thing. If I would have sold that thing, it would have been so much beneficial to me, but I just didn't know how to sell it, you know? It was crazy. It was like it didn't just come into my head that I can actually change the place of that elixir collector. Maybe I can drop it or maybe I can pick it up and put it on another bench. I don't know why that happened, but clicking onto that elixir collector, now it made me feel foolish. I felt that there was some kind of a problem with a whole modifier and they are not even taking it in consideration. But they had, and the UI was clean shit. There was no issue. The issue was with my head. I didn't know how to sell it. So that's a funny thing. Anyway, that's it for this video. And Honestly, the merge tactics and the whole new seasonal thing, the seasonal chest, the coming two new Evos, everything is quite chaotic at this point. We don't know. We feel like every single Evo is going to be groundbreaking. It's going to be something literally going to destroy the arena, but we still don't know if it actually happens. When it happens and when they get introduced into the arena, we just feel like it was underwhelming. The performance was okay. The performance was not as expected. We bought the gold pass and it was crazy, and we still didn't get a good Evo. Everyone feels like that once in a while. But we don't know if this is going to happen or not. I mean, I don't know what's the free Evo shots coming up for this season are. People are talking about the new Evos so much that we've actually forgotten there are many different things in each seasonal reset for Clash Royale. Anyways, so that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the arena. Until then, bye bye.